if I name names,
Yeah.
it won't.
Hey Mike, come here.
It won't be very good.
This is a good friend of ours, Walter Cromer.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, this is Mike Jammert.
Hi.
He's a Hungarian immigrant. He's 6'7",
Yeah.
so don't mess with me, because he'll kill you.
Yeah, that's right. So how's Bill today?
I'm not too bad.
He's filming us.
Yeah, feeling a little better.
Yeah, we have a TV show called Exploring Kelowna and the Days of My Life. It's only for my grandma.
Yeah?
You wanna say hi
His
to her?
grandma's in Hungary.
How do you say hi in Hungarian?
Oh, see ya, mama.
I'm hungry.
Azt mondja, éhe.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Funny.
Yeah, see ya, America.
Especially in Chinese or Greek areas. Bro, I grew up in downtown Toronto.
Funny. Yeah, that's funny. That's really funny.
Did you hear that Lois McGregor died?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. When is the funeral?
Next Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know what time, but next Saturday. And Randy Isagawa is getting married.
Is he?
7th, I think, of February.
7th.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for him, because you know what? That stupid Candy.
It's been a while.
She made them play the Who's Gonna Commit Adultery First game. She was nasty. Mark's friends with him. I mean, I know.
Well, I grew up with them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I know. I know. I know. This here.
As I said,
This here, Jammerch, is the last of the spicy rum.
if I was to write the story,
Ez az utolsó a rumból.
there would be lots of
Not even any wine left.
hot seats if I was to name
Really?
names.
Yeah.
I saw the jug was...
The
No,
problem
Bill's
is
been
I'm
drinking
cursed with an unbelievable memory.
No liqueur left either.
I'm
Bill's
I'm not
been
good with
drinking
people's names if I meet you
Yeah.
and like
Have a
I won't
cherry
remember his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mind if I just film?
Numbers and facts and dates and figures. My brain has this way of
it. Put the tripod on.
piecing it together.
Oh.
I haven't figured out a way to remember people's names.
Anyways,
But
I
then I
noticed
can move
about
it,
your
the one that talks.
storytelling.
Oh yeah, okay. You can do that with the
We
tripod.
get you started and you go on and you can go on and on.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
It's interesting.
there's a lot of data there, man.
Okay, I'll say something funny. Look at this. This here is my hunter robe. Marla gave it to me. It's so ugly.
Marla
want
Bodecker?
Yeah, you want to put a bullet through it.
Okay, here you go.
No, here.
So what have you been doing your time with these
They
days?
used to work together at Northern Airborne Technology. These two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when Bill was working. Yeah.
Nice.
Life.
Oh yeah, tripod.
In the spring, I was working on my car, but
Were you?
I have no strength, and my thumb is worn out. And I want to get the carpet in it, and I've got all the seats upholstered, ready to bolt in
So we're just making some progress.
slowly.
Slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
How about the body?
Well, the body, I'm just gonna clean it up and paint it black. I'm not gonna worry
The
about
car?
a full paint job on it.
Because you're a retirement age or what?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I turned 65.
Like he gets 1,250 from NAT, and that is going to be changed into old age, and I don't think he'll get much.
That's like a pension from NT?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How many years did you work there for?
5.
5?
yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, but they're going to reduce it. So I mean, as it is, for the last 10 years since he lost his kidney, we can't pay all our bills. We pay maybe 2 or 3 out of whatever we have, 7, 10. Just juggling act. All the time. And of course that costs more money. So we want to sell this house. I've got a guy downstairs that rents that one room for $400. He knows tons of witnesses. I trust him. He's been here for 2 years. So I'm thinking we can just rent the upstairs out and leave the downstairs so that if we need to come back, we can. Store whatever shit we're going to keep in the garage.
Oh, so you're just going to keep the house?
Keep the house, yeah. Keep the house, rent it out, and buy something near Myra. Myra misses us, and she finds it very depressing to come home. Well, you know, Bill's life is shitty, so I don't blame her. So we're looking at some
So
places.
Vancouver's more exciting than Kelowna? Is that what it is?
Well, we grew up there.
At this stage
We
of
grew
our
up
life.
there, Walter.
Yeah.
No, I mean for her. She said depressing coming back.
No. It's because of Bill's life that it's depressing.
Not only that, Joy, all the shit that she went through growing
Well,
up
that's
as a
true.
teenager here.
Yeah, she was 14 when Bill's kidney was removed, so it's a lot. And they moved into his parents' basement free to try and pay off their debt, because she has a student loan, right, $20,000. And here, the mother-in-law comes downstairs. If there's some problem upstairs, complains to the son. If it's a problem with the daughter or the husband, if Myra doesn't keep her house proper, bitch, bitch, bitch. So I said to Myra, you know what? This is getting good. You gotta get out of this place. This is gonna kill you. I mean, it's no good for a marriage.
No, it's not.
It's gonna make her husband grumpy, and he won't know what to do. He's taken his apprenticeship as an electrician. She's an interior designer. They're in the French congregation in New West, so we want to be somewhere around New West or the bus line. So we're looking at some little dumpy
Hey,
places.
we'll come and visit you.
Yeah.
I made more trips to Vancouver this last year than I've ever made in a
Well,
year.
Yeah?
and we're looking,
So a couple years ago, Kevin wanted to do snowboarding.
Mhm.
So I thought about it. I thought, okay, let's do this.
Good for
I'll
you.
strap on some skis.
good for you.
I hadn't skied since I was like 18 or 19.
Oh, you
Yeah.
might as well enjoy life a
And
little.
the summer before last, we did a lap of Washington State.
Oh, really? He's a cyclist.
No, not cycling.
Oh, okay.
No. And we, so I brought my bike with me, obviously, and Kevin brought his. And we spent a few days in Seattle. We went down to Portland. So we rode at the Velodrome in Seattle, and Kevin rode with me. We both rode on road bikes. It's shallow. It's 400 meters, and it's only like 25, 28 degrees. Portland is 47 degrees
Oh, yeah.
and short and tight bankings.
Oh, really?
And so they got a short little oval, and I start riding on it. And I realized, oh, you can't get any speed here. So I start riding around the flat part on the bottom.
I gotta show
And
him something.
the straightaways are long enough, I could get up to about 35 without really kicking it in. But as soon as you get to the corners, you're leaning so hard and scrubbing off the speed,
Yeah.
and otherwise you're going to clip your pedals. So you're having to try not to ride it fast, because if you lean too hard, you're gonna clip them at that.
Well,
banking.
wouldn't you try and
And
gain
so finally-
gain height out of a turn?
So finally, after, no, I'm riding around on the apron. Their apron is flat like this, so
Oh, yeah.
the track's like this right beside it.
Oh,
And so I'm riding like this around and realizing I'm just not going to get up to speed. And I'm wondering, from what I read, they said 20 kilometers an hour minimum. I'm thinking that sounds a little bit slow to be able to stay on the banking, eh? And I was a little leery on that, so I figured I had to be riding at least 30. So finally, after a few kilometers of doing this stop go, I said, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to go on the straightaway, wind her up, and bite the bullet.
yeah.
And and the problem is, a couple weeks before we went on holidays, I was finishing a late Saturday ride, and it was dark when I came into Winfield from Vernon Way, and the RV park just south of the lights there, a big pothole developed over the winter. And I was
You can
fighting
see
for elbow room with the
Oh, yeah,
cars,
look at him.
and I hit the pothole and cracked both my carbon rims.
Oh, wow.
And those are the only ones that I had for tubular tires. And tubulars, because the lighter casing on that, when like this, basically you're
built this
riding on the
bicycle.
side of the tire.
Wow.
Right? So the tires
Yes.
flex. And so now I'm riding with my heavier clinchers on heavier rims and more
Ez az
stiff.
ember a saját bicikliét önmaga építette, egy igazi fizikus, vagy
bump, right? And you don't know at what point you're coming loose. It was a little trepidatious. So after coming back, and I can't remember how it transpired, but I did a little bit of Google looking about the velodrome in Victoria, the one in Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, and I built
A velodrome. An arena made for.
an everyday
bicycles.
version of my ultralight bike. It weighs 12 and 2/3 pounds, and the idea was this last Christmas I was supposed to be in San Diego and LA
He's very
for
serious
a winter bike trip. But all of a sudden, I'm thinking, after we got back, after doing some research about the velodromes, I'm thinking, a Christmas bike trip, and if you're doing 60 to 90 miles a day or whatnot, how many miles when you get off the road on the wind trainer you got to be doing on a Saturday? You got to be riding for 4 or 5 hours to keep in shape for that, and I'm thinking, that's just not any fun.
No.
It's just not practical, and all of a sudden I thought, you know what? I think it would be better if we went skiing, go for a couple of days at Whistler or whatever, and in the meantime, I decided to build a track bike. I said, hey, Vancouver, it's not that far, I could ride a couple of days at the velodrome, a couple of days at the
Oh, good for you.
ski, a couple of days. So
Do you rent your time at the velodrome, or is it free?
So you can't. It's very, very different. So the velodromes, Victoria, Calgary, and Edmonton, they're chained and closed. You can't even go there when they're not. There's no open training time.
Oh,
There's no access. And I've ridden in the Calgary one before, and Victoria, same thing. And I looked at their schedule for let's say somebody
You
like
understand what
me
he's saying?
that doesn't race and goes
He's
there
saying
for a
the
long weekend,
velodromes are
and I want to
locked.
ride a couple of days. No, can do.
he's saying the velodromes are locked.
You can only go there at certain times.
So only at this
and
one can
only
you ride on
under
the
you got to have a membership or whatever. It's just
he's
not
not-
practical.
he's not
And you know
an
what,
Olympian.
Victoria, you should
He's
almost
just
be able
an
to ride the
obsessive
velodrome
compulsive
year
German.
round, especially if it's
He's
not
not even
raining, right?
German.
Yeah.
They open in April and close in September.
Where's this velodrome?
The one in Vancouver. So when you come from the PNE,
Yeah.
Hastings,
Oh.
up, and then
Oh.
turn the corner and the Barnett Highway.
Oh, nice.
As you're going down, just before you, let's
Yeah.
say, just after the start of the drop down towards Port Moody,
Yeah.
it's on the side of the hill there, and it's called the Harry Jerome Sports Facility.
Really?
So Volleyball BC has their headquarters there, and they have 6 courts,
Oh,
4 in the straightaways,
Yeah.
and 2 on the ends.
Yeah.
And so when it's real busy and they're using the 2 end ones,
Yeah.
no riding.
wow.
And even occasionally, they have and it basically looks like BC Place, an
Yeah.
old risen
of course.
muffin,
I know.
airfield, yeah, and it's wood,
Yeah.
indoor. So I went every 3 weeks to a month, and I had to do their learn to ride program, even though I
Oh,
knew.
really?
And
Oh,
you
my
got to jump
God.
through their hoops,
Oh, of
or you
course.
don't ride in there.
Yeah, of course.
So I did it, and the last one, Kevin decided to do it as well. So we'll see if he's going to
Do
continue.
you ever work with wood?
Yep.
Okay, this my grandfather made on a wood lathe. My Irish grandfather, obsessive compulsive nut. Isn't that great?
So he glued up a whole bunch of
Yeah.
panels of wood
Mhm.
in a geometric pattern, and that's what gave this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll show you something else he did too that's just absolutely amazing.
So he started with this hex block in the center there.
Oh, sorry.
My butt's bigger than that.
So
Sorry.
he sawed it, obviously.
Well-
Sawed it, and then
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but I'll show you something else
You
he
can
made.
see it.
we had to do a bowl, a smaller one, and my first one, I went so thin, I actually went through the side, and that gave me a bit of a fright dealing with machinery.
Okay.
In grade 7, it came back and
You can film
into
this
my,
closer.
the chisel into my hand.
Here's something else the old fart made. Excuse my language, but that's what he is.
We'll read it
We'd
anyways.
say a-hole, but, okay. So these are hand
That's,
carved.
that's your dad or your grandpa?
My grandfather in Ireland. These are hand carved
Did
from.
you know him at all?
No. He died in '67. So these are hand carved from walnut.
So obviously he was pretty good at
He
woodworking.
was damn
if he
good
can-
at it.
If you can do that.
My dad is a wooden boat builder. And here's the other one. So there's a pair of them. So in that boat is my father. This is my grandmother. And in this boat is my father and my grandfather. Isn't that amazing?
And
you should,
where was this picture taken?
the old lady in the tree was in Stanley Park,
Okay.
and the boat was in Culmore,
Where?
Culmore, Ireland. The
Okay.
boat he no doubt built. My dad was a wooden boat builder. So if you turn him over, you'll really see something Irish. I had to fix it. This here is my repair.
That's Irish?
Yeah, are you kidding? This one is broken, the chain broke off. So that's my other repair. That's really
That's an Irish slingshot?
Yeah, that's really effing Irish. Here, Mike. That's my
So
dad.
how's Mark doing?
Oh, yeah.
That's my dad.
Oh, he's not doing.
My
anything
father's the
close to
little
the
boy,
truth.
and the man
He's
is
working
my
at,
grandfather
Merrill
and I.
Lumber now.
Okay.
Just show it
been there for a
closer,
while.
because
Oh,
I know.
because home hardware bought them? Yeah.
No, no.
Okay, here we go. You are standing under a flower pot. Let's see if I go this way. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice, very nice.
So it's good to be short.
It is.
That way you can enjoy the flowers.
Yeah, exactly. And walk under them.
And we have a great day today.
Yeah,
It's raining and it's nice umbrella.
it is. It is. Okay.
És most elég érdekesen beszélek majd. Sárga bögre, görbe bögre, sárga bögre, görbe bögre, sárga bögre, görbe bögre, sárga bögre, görbe bögre, sárga bögre, görbe bögre. Az ipafai fajpipa, papi pipája. Az ipafai fajpipa, papipipa. Megy mag vagy mag, megy mag vagy.
A kockázatokról és mellékhatásokról olvassa el a betegtájékoztatót, vagy kérdezze meg kezelőorvosát, gyógyszerészét.
Egy új nap vár rá, a múltat elfelejtettük már. Napjaink minden egyes percet, gyönyörű izgalom vár. Kelowna felfedezése. Oh, 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 csak ránk vár.
Home Hardware just shut down and shipped
He's in
everything
Rutland.
over to the west side. So he
Really
was
nice.
just fired.
Yeah, just,
So the same day he went up to Merrill Lumber and got hired on, and he's
Yeah.
been there ever since.
he likes it. He really likes it. Diversity, people. He's not in management, but he gets a good paycheck. He didn't lose any money on the transfer. So he's happy there.
So I mean, he's getting by.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really see him very much.
No, well, Mark is a lot like my dad. He's a bit of an asshole at times. Unfortunately, our parents give us their worst shit. He's not saying anything because you have how many kids?
No, it's not. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with my siblings.
Oh yeah, well, you have to agree with me then.
As time goes on,
Yes.
Helga seems to be getting more like her mom.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, one of
And
Bill's.
my dad, I'm not. My brother, I'm not sure. That's so. I was.
Yes, well-
I was doing some thinking there. on what
Bill's
you were saying.
and-
I'm
Bill-
trying to hold these square pegs and round
Yeah,
hole
yeah,
templates
yeah,
up
yeah,
and see where the light shines.
Yeah. So, what would Rose have been to you?
Cousin.
Okay, Bill's cousin came from Africa. Her husband built scams in Africa. And he was murdered by an African. but when she was here, I think she's on Vancouver Island now, but her husband said to her, Alfred, if I ever act like my mother, would you kick me? He says, Rose, bend over. I don't know how I could remember that. But, you know, they would get fabulous diamonds, but they just would wear fake ones because the diamonds come, and you can find them on the beach there in South Africa where they were. They're just laying there on the beach. They look like cut glass, chunks of glass. That's what they look like, a raw diamond.
And people don't,
It's illegal to own a raw diamond.
really? So you just have to leave them?
Leave them or turn them into the government.
Yeah.
Or hide it.
Yeah,
I'd hide it in my
exactly.
pocket.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Well, isn't that what Paul Simon said?
If you
Something
hide it-
the diamonds on the soles of your shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you put all those diamonds on the soles of your shoes.
And like Michael Jackson, he wore that white glove because he had a disease that was turning his skin white. That, you know, that,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what happens when you get money and fame, eh? And start hobnobbing,
Yeah, and
you
when
start
you're-
turning white.
And when you're, excuse me, fucking close relatives.
What do you mean? Oh,
Because you get deterioration in things like hearing, sight, and
you mean his parents were?
I don't know. His parents are both black, and his mother was supposed to be a witness, but I don't know.
No, his mom is a witness,
Yeah, but I don't know.
and some of his brothers and sisters are.
Yeah, but I don't know about the genetic history.
No. Some of his other, because there was a Barbara Walters or something other.
Yeah.
Well, they showed
how could
one of the
you-
weddings in the Kingdom Hall.
Yeah.
But
Oh, they did?
those were the ones that weren't involved with the with the music industry.
Oh, yeah.
Entertainment, yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
fairly large family.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of sad,
And-
but
and-
you know,
and-
he'll get resurrected, so what the heck? He got buried in a gold box. Too bad, Bill. That's empty, this is empty, and...
This is not empty.
Oh, shit. Give it to me then.
No,
Ah!
you
Damn
drank all
Okay,
that.
Mikey, I'd like a glass of wine, please. There's almost nothing left in that wine glass.
I need, Mike, I need a little thimble type glass like
Here,
that.
here, Walter. Give it to him. Please, thank you.
Okay,
Just bring me the wine.
Was John Heinzman working at NAT when you were there?
John Heinz?
You might have to
One-
open
one
the
of the
box,
inspectors?
sweetie, Mike.
No,
No,
I don't remember the name.
I wasn't sure if you knew him or not. One of the guys there, John, he just bought my 3-in-1 machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So you had built a little shed and everything for it, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the story's not over yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you replaced it.
Oh, that's happening. That's happening right now.
Oh,
my
I see.
shop's getting reorganized.
Good. Well, if you need a realtor, I have a friend, Jane Swanson. I was in real estate with her for 8 years.
Okay, you were talking about house prices.
Yeah.
I just got my assessment, and the last bunch of several years, it dropped from 90-something thousand, and it was down to 77, and now they're bumping it up to 90,
Okay.
99.
Leave it up. Leave it up, because people who buy will want to see your assessment. So that's where you start.
So
At that
obviously,
So then now
He-
my taxes are going to go up.
Don't worry about it. Leave it.
Yeah.
You have proof from the assessment authority your place is worth that much. So you price your place that much and hire according to whatever you've
so
invested.
what are,
Okay, my question is this. So every year since I bought the place, the assessment has gone down and down and down. And yet every year the taxes went up. So if my assessment went down more than 10%, but the mill rate only went up like 1 or 2% or 2% or 2.5, why should my taxes have
All
gone
it
up?
means is that City Hall knows that your property is worth more. That's all it means. So don't fight the assessment, go with it.
so what are they selling around you?
Well,
the
no.
There's not many places selling.
No,
No?
excuse me. That's where he needs a realtor. okay, to say what it's gonna sell at. That's where you need a realtor.
I really don't think it would sell anywhere near that.
That's okay, it doesn't matter, because you have proof that it's worth that much, because of your assessment,
No.
okay? So you price your house at,
I don't think City Hall knows that I built a shop there, that's.
it doesn't matter, it
That's,
doesn't matter.
Well,
It doesn't
they
matter.
look at the property at least every 4 years, 3 years.
The
they
assessment
actually walk
authority,
go by?
yeah,
Yeah.
the assessment authority has
So
nothing to do.
they've seen it, but there's no real
Just a
foundation under
minute,
it,
the
is there?
assessment
No.
authority,
So it's not classified as much.
the assessment authority has nothing to do with the province of British Columbia. It's a different entity, okay? Has nothing to do with BC.
Like, I was gonna dispute ours because we were told that we can only get about 553,000 out of this house.
And,
And our assessment was 669,000.
yeah, but listen to me. You guys listen to me, okay? You have proof on paper that your property is worth that amount, okay? It doesn't matter about the property taxes. A lot of retired people are gonna buy in that place, unless
Well,
you're a
they
family
could,
park.
somebody can always go by and the banks pay for assessors, right? And the
And
assessment,
most of them just drive by. They don't even look inside.
and you know what? When my bank sent out our assessment,
Yep.
they said basically that it was the same value approximately what I paid.
Well, there, don't bother.
And that was way less than the
And-
assessed value.
And listen to me, when you turn 65, you can get a reduced rate on your taxes. So that's not gonna make
Yeah.
any difference in selling your place. None at all, you leave that alone. Don't fight it. It's good for you,
For selling it anyways,
it's good
yeah.
for selling, don't touch it. Trust me. And Jane, I trust her completely, so she would be more than happy to list it, okay? Her name
Or
is-
even just get the information, if you want some
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, he's working. You gonna sell it yourself? You gonna show it to people?
I might, I haven't decided that yet.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I've got time to figure that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if you don't wanna do that, listen, you'll get it sold faster if you do it in the MLS, and
Probably.
for that, you need a realtor. Yeah.
I'm
You
cheap,
better- you
I'm
better-
cheap though, I only wanna do a 1 or 2%
Listen to me,
realty.
it doesn't matter, because you don't get the money that's paid for commission anyways.
Do you know what 1%
I know it
realty?
doesn't, but it comes out of
Do you
mine.
know,
No, it doesn't.
hey Walter, when you think of 1% realty, do you know what 1% is?
It's a name.
It's the name of the company, 1% realty.
It is,
You
and
have-
there's 2% realty, it's just a fucking name.
It's a name.
Majdnem
They're
ingatlanos
actually, their schedule,
dolgok,
and the way they break it
házamilás
up.
You're paying
és
7 and 3, 7% on the first 100,000, 3% on the
egyéb kisebb
remainder.
dolgok.
You know, some of them, you may
Well,
have,
that, yeah, but that's seven, okay, let's say the place sells
Maybe
for, 80,000. I've just given away 80% of $7,000.
No, you haven't, not at all,
Why not?
because your trailer will only sell for market value. It will only sell for what others, people will pay.
That's right, and
So
that's
just a
roughly what it'll
minute,
sell for.
just a minute, it will only sell for what trailers in your park have sold for. You're only competing with neighbors.
I know, but if he lists it,
7% of,
the sale price, he's gonna lose 7% on the first 100,000.
How much is your place worth?
well, assessment, just about 100,000, but I.
Listen to me.
To saleable, maybe
Listen to me,
75, 80.
calculate 7 and 3. Calculate it, 100,000, so 7,000 on the first
Okay.
100,000.
So on $80,000,
Just wait, what's the 3?
There's no 3.
there's no 3.
Well,
No, only if it's over $100,000.
no, that's not how real estate works.
Joy?
What?
Okay, 7 on the first 100,000.
Mhm.
If your property is only 80,000,
Listen to me.
There's no 3.
You're not listening to me. There's no standard rate in real estate. It is whatever you are willing to pay. Okay? There's no standard rate.
So you were telling me that they'll negotiate.
you can, yeah.
Absolutely. So, if you want to pay $50 to a realtor, that's all you're going to pay.
If they'll take your listing.
For 50 bucks, any fucking realtor in town will take your listing. I can assure you of that. It's highly competitive business.
Not,
They'll take it.
But they won't.
They'll take it. They'll
You
take
won't get
the,
MLS listing though.
oh, yes,
They-
you will.
the
They,
fees on that.
no, makes no
No,
difference.
there's no fees.
No?
They will take your listing because they wanna get another sale. Whoever buys your place, it's a potential
So,
sale.
you look at all the people that are looking on MLS.ca at, you know, affordable housing.
Yeah.
They come across your ad. And, you know, they see the real estate agent.
That's
The
who they
agent
call.
doesn't have to really spend a lot of money to
I'll
advertise
make
it.
something to
Jane would,
eat some
But
snack.
I mean-
How's that?
you know,
You
$500
need a snack?
for the
No,
sale
no, no.
and
Can
all
I
the
make
paperwork.
something
Make
for
it
you
worth it.
guys?
Yeah, I don't know what there is.
Hungarian palacsinta, I
But
was
you're not
thinking
stuck.
we had
Stuck.
eaten one
Whatever,
of
sure.
No?
No.
No, trust me. I know how real estate works. And you know, Walter, why should you take the risk of letting strangers into your house? That's what we do as realtors. We take the risk. We put a lockbox on. We restrict right on the MLS when your property is allowed to be shown. So it can only be shown with your permission. We have to give 24-hour notice to renters.